doesn't hurt me. You wanna know how it feels. Wanna know that it doesn't hurt me. You wanna hear about the deal they're making. It's you and me. And if I only could make a deal with God, I'd get him to swap our places. Be running up that road, be running up that hill, be running up that building. Say if only could, oh. Hurt me. Just wanna feel how deep the bullet lies. Wanna where you're tearing me asunder. Oh, there is thunder in our hearts. Is there so much hate for the ones we love? Oh, tell me we both matter, don't we? You and me. It's you and me. It's you and me. We won't be unhappy. And if I only could make a deal with God, I'd get him to swap our places. Be running up that road, be running up that hill, be running up that building. Say if only could deal with God, get him to swap our places. Be running up that road, be running up that hill, be running up that building. Come on, baby, come on, darling, let me steal this moment from you now. Come on, angel, come on, darling, let's exchange the experience. Oh, and if I only could make a deal with God, I'd get him to swap our places. Be running up that road, be running up that hill with no problems. Say if only could make a deal with God, I'd get him to swap our places. Be running up that road, be running up that hill. There's no problems, no problems.
Welcome to Pop Rock Radio. How are you?
Thank you. Glad to be here, mate. Thank you.
No, cheers. It's
Going well.
great to have you. Now, just before we get started and get into it, the QR code will take people to your website. So get your cameras out, scan that QR code in, go to the website. From the website, you can go to the merch store, you can go to the social medias, you can find everything you need to know about Bully Hay and his new single, which reminds me, I'm going to bring up my notes because I'm not really that good at remembering everything. So the new single, Wash Off the World, out now.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Tell us all about it.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of a protest song to myself about being stuck in the system, basically.
Yeah.
Of being, I wrote it a long time ago, and I worked in the corporate world a lot, and just felt like I was, we all have this thing like where we just, you know, work,
Yeah.
eat, sleep,
Life.
repeat. Life, you're paying off your house, you're paying your rent, you live in your house for bugger all time, and then on the weekend you get to rest for
Yeah.
2 days, sometimes one, and then off we go again.
Yeah.
And so it relates a little bit to that, and it relates to life and relationships and everything, and just popping your head out of the clouds and going, I wish I could just wash all of this off and be fresh and free.
Yeah.
And so that's the main premise behind that
Yeah.
one.
Now, if you're going to go into the ocean and you want to wash yourself off, I heard a
Yep.
rumor the only soap or shampoo that works in salt water is that remember that Selsun Blue? Is it Selsun Blue? It used to be a blue shampoo.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the
No,
only
I didn't.
one. It's the only one that will soap up and suds up in salt water. So if you're going to do that,
Right. Okay. Well, that's cool. Also, I wish that this song had come out in the summertime because in Tasmania it's bloody freezing.
Yeah.
So if you want to get in the ocean now, you're either a hardcore surfer
Yeah.
or you're a one of those crazy. I shouldn't say crazy.
Icebergs.
I wish I could do it. The people that do the cold water plunges and the swims.
Yeah, I can't do that.
I've done that once before, and it is actually pretty good. But I think
Yeah.
that mental thing of getting into freezing cold water is I'm not quite strong enough for that yet.
Yeah, no, I can't do it. I can't even get into a cold shower. I've got to have stinking hot
No.
water. It's crazy. Yeah. So
Yeah.
take us back to when you wrote it. What were you going through? What was the thought process? Obviously, you just
Oh, mate, I still go through it now. We just you're either to get off this wheel that we're talking about. This it's the social construct of it's just the way capitalist world works, right? You have to if you want nice things, or you want to eat nice food, you're on the wheel. Everything costs money.
Yep.
Everything you can see in your house and in your room, every single thing costs money.
Yep.
And if you don't work, you don't get paid, and here we go. You just got to be on it. The only other way off it is to if you go and live in the bush and hide out somewhere and grow your own food or something,
And you're not allowed
but
to
you
do that.
sacrifice. Yeah,
The council
even
will
to
come and
do
shut
that,
you down.
you'll be in a national park. Somebody owns the land, and you're not allowed to be there.
Yeah.
So it's the same. Yeah, it's that kind of like God, yeah, I get it all the time. But look, it's the way the world is. It's not gonna cause a rebellion or anything.
No.
But
Did you?
that's
What was your processes when you sat down to write the song?
Well, I always start with music first. So generally, it's on a guitar or a uke or a mandolin or whatever, and I kind of formulate the music. So I might have a riff or something and build a whole song structure, and I'll just be singing nonsense over the top of it, and until I find a line, and then the song kind of builds around that. And I usually don't know what I'm talking about until I finish the song.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, okay, I've probably got problems because whatever that came out of my head was bad. But that one started with running on the wheel. It's just everybody's running on the wheel. Just kept coming to me, and I'm like, what does that mean? And I kind of just played it into work and relationships and everything. So yeah.
I'm glad you said what you said just then about the words and the lyrics and having to build them up, because I always ask people, when do you ever like jump in the shower and just sing silly lyrics and turn that into a proper song? And you've just proven yes, you can do that. And
quite often that's where inspiration comes from. Is just humming or whatever. It's people write in lots of different ways. Like a lot of songwriters will write a poem out, or they'll write to purpose, and they're very structured in that the music comes later. But I'm just kind of one of those that do the sounds first.
Now you're
and then the music
self-taught.
comes later.
Self-taught.
Yeah, yeah. So I kind of started playing guitar when I was about 14, and just get into other stringed instruments for fun. And I can't read a line of music. I can't read tab or anything. I probably could if somebody showed me, but my patience is like my attention span's too small.
Yeah.
I did well in music in school. I don't know how I fudged my way through it, but I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So I remember reading your bio. There was a bit of a gap in your music career. You started off early, then there was a gap. Obviously, life got in the way, and
yeah.
then you kicked it off again. What was the cause of that gap? Was it just life, or in general, or did you have?
Yeah, look, I started, my wife and I, started a young family,
Yep.
basically, and we lived in a small cottage, southern Tasmania, and we didn't have a lot of money, and we were just kind of, I was trying to do music for the art of it
Yep.
and try and put food on the table that way, and I just couldn't do it with two little kids.
Yeah.
I've seen people do it, and hats off to them, but I had to kind of put the music career thing on the back burner and just focus on putting food on the table. And I continued to write and record demos and things through that just as a creative outlet. So the music kind of kept going, but I just wasn't out in the public doing anything.
Yeah. That's good. So now another question.
Yeah.
Obviously, Bully Hay's not your real name, but how did you come up with the alter ego Bully Hay?
Well, yeah, no, my name's Jono Coleman.
Yeah.
So, and I couldn't use that name because that was the name of that radio presenter who sadly has passed away. But it was too confusing coming out with the same name of someone else. So, so Bully Hay was the nickname of a great uncle of mine who he was a World War II veteran, and his first name was Max, but everyone called him Bully. And the meaning back then wasn't like you're a bully, like that kind of thing. It was the old kind of larrikin sea dog kind of thing, a bully boy, and and he was just this cool, funny, adventurous guy.
Yeah.
And he passed away when I was quite young, and I don't know, something popped into my head, and I just thought, oh, Bully Hay, it's a cool name.
Yeah.
I'll just use that. So there's not much more to it than that, really, but it's nice to kind of talk about him and pass on his legacy. So
So of all the instruments you can play, there's one an Irish something or other. I don't know how to say it.
I've got an Irish bouzouki.
That's it, a bouzouki. What is it?
Yeah. So it's like a large mandolin type thing. So it's like a teardrop kind of shape with a really long neck. And very kind of thin body. It's this twangy kind of thing. So you imagine like 4 strings with octaves on there.
Yep.
So when you think about a 12-string guitar, but this has got 4, or 8, I suppose, if you think about them in line. Yeah, so it's a lovely, lovely sound. It sounds a little bit like a Turkish saz a little bit as well. So it's got lovely kind of otherworldly flavour.
What made you want to play that?
I just saw one in an old. There used to be this music shop in Hobart that was more classical instruments and but folky instruments as well. And I just saw it on the wall one day. I didn't even know what it was.
Yeah.
But I just thought, wow, that's really cool.
Yeah.
So I picked that up and started fiddling around with it.
Yeah. So out of all your instruments, which one's your favourite?
Look, probably at the moment. This one, the Fender Telly, is I'm making a lot of fun sounds out of that one.
Yeah.
I go between that and a 12-string Taylor acoustic. At the moment.
So are you getting out performing at the moment? Doing any local gigs?
I've got a couple of shows coming. I'm supporting Jeff Martin at the Corner Hotel in Richmond, Victoria, and at the Suki Lounge in Belgrave. And we've just announced another show at Brass Monkey in Cronulla, New South Wales. There'll be some more coming in between kind of September in November we'll be going to different states and
Yeah.
hopefully get out to WA.
Yeah.
But
It's a big
yeah,
trip.
looking forward to that.
Yeah.
It is a bit of a mission,
Oh,
but yeah,
yeah. I
I'm
try
looking
and
forward to it.
I try and talk everyone into coming across here. If everyone I spoke to come across, Qantas would make a killing. It'd be like, they'd be like,
Oh yeah,
yeah. Hey,
yeah.
I've got me little pink cards here. These are 10 random questions that no adult would ask another adult. It's for
Oh,
a
okay.
segment I like to call Get to Know. So this is like Get to Know Bully. And so these are 10 really random questions. Are you ready for them?
Oh, I'm ready as I'll ever be.
Yeah.
Slightly terrified, but yeah.
Nah, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can't be that bad. How old were you when you knew you wanted to be an artist?
Look, when I knew I wanted to be an artist, I think I would have been maybe 15.
Yeah.
But I was surrounded by music since I could remember. So I've got quite a musical family. My dad and my brother and sister and my cousins and everybody plays. And so as soon as you'd see one of them get up and sing a song, you'd want to do it too.
Yeah.
But consciously, like when I thought, geez, I'd love to be able to do this as part of my life and be an artist, it would have been 15, I reckon.
Yeah, I'm like that when people want to get up and start singing. I get up and start singing too, but I'm normally the first one rushed out the door and contained and beaten up and shut up. So, hey,
Don't let him hold you down, Paul. Don't let him hold you down.
Hey, what was your first pet?
A rat.
Oh, yeah. Name? Did it have a name?
I think its name was Shiro.
Yeah.
It was a white Japanese rat, and I think Shiro is the Japanese word for white, which is really creative.
Cool.
The rat escaped, and it escaped, and it ended up living in the walls of our house for about 4 years, and we couldn't catch it. Yeah, and we couldn't kill it either because it was a pet.
Yeah.
So
just come out for feed time.
We'd just pop out of the wall somewhere, and you'd be like, okay, we'll try and coax her out with a bit of food, and then she'd be back in the wall, gone.
Yeah. Oh. Hey, are you HJs or Maccas?
HJs.
Yep. Okay. Without swearing, what is your favourite curse word or phrase?
Without swearing?
Yeah, the only reason why it's without swearing because I like to get people to think about it rather than.
I'm trying to think about it and not say it.
Yeah.
I've got quite a potty mouth, so. Well, it's the most frequently used is the F word, of course.
Yeah, I think everyone does that. Is that really classified as a swear word now? Because everyone just said it. Like,
look, you say it at the shops. You can say it anywhere.
Oh yeah.
You probably say it to a police officer, and they'll be fine.
Yeah, yeah. I just can't believe how much the world's changed since I was growing up. Hey, if you couldn't do what you were doing now, what would you be doing?
I always wanted to be an abalone diver.
Yeah.
I think that'd be cool. Yeah.
Abalone diver. Yeah.
I love the ocean and diving and that kind of thing. So that could be cool for a job. I reckon it'd get old in the winter, but yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say it'd be cold and wet. And have you ever broken up with anyone via text? It doesn't have to be a girlfriend. It could be a manager or a bandmate.
No. Always face to face.
What's your favourite song to sing in the shower?
There's a song. I don't know all the words to it, so I mumble half of them. But there's a new song out by Eddie Vedder called "Save It for Later."
Yep.
And that's just stuck in my head at the moment. So that gets a fair run in the shower.
So we're going to the Pearl Jam concert at the end of the year, so I can't wait for that to happen.
Yeah, it'll be so good. They're really on fire at the moment.
Oh yeah. So who's your favourite actor or actress?
Tom Hardy.
Yep. Cool.
Would be my favourite.
Apple or Android?
Android.
And
except in the studio, it's Apple because it's a little bit more reliable.
yeah,
But Android
yeah,
for everything else.
yeah. I always say Androids for boys, Apples for girls.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyway, except for when you're in the studio. Last question.
Yeah.
What is your spirit animal?
Spirit animal.
Yeah. Can't be
A
a white
sloth.
rat. A sloth.
No, it's a sloth. Oh,
Yeah.
just they're lovely, smiling creatures. That they're probably not smiling, are they?
Yeah.
But you look at their faces and they're so funny to look at.
Yeah.
And they're probably not smiling, but
Yeah.
they look like they are to us. And
Yeah.
just this, they're awesome animals. They're so slow, and how do they even survive?
I don't know, but
Like, but
I think it's amazing because you wouldn't believe how many people have said sloth. I reckon it's one of
oh,
the
really?
most it's one of the most commonly picked spirit animals we've got.
Well, I started to think, I was like, oh, do I say wolf, eagle,
Yeah.
lion, or something? I'm like, no, I don't think I'm any of those.
Yeah. So
I
I know.
think I'm the sloth just hanging on the tree, hoping I'm going to get fed.
Yeah.
Mm,
I see you got tats on your arms.
mm,
Yeah, I was at talking about like when we were just saying a second ago about swearing, and so I got off the train here in Perth the other day, and
yeah.
on the way back from my day job, when I get off the train, normally all the school kids are getting onto the train to go home, and the school kids
Mm-hmm.
now, like they're not even the school kids have got full tats down their legs, and it's
Right.
it's crazy. I
You're
can't
supposed
believe
to
it.
be 18, aren't you, before you get a tattoo?
Well, that's what I thought, but apparently not. So, but it's
Yeah,
crazy.
I was straight in there as soon as I was old enough, and I
Yeah,
got the worst tattoo. The worst. It was like a skull, tribal skull,
yeah.
like right on my shoulder, and it was in the wrong spot of my shoulder, and it looked so crap for so many years
You obviously got it fixed up.
until I got it covered up
Yeah.
eventually. But yeah, don't do it, kids. Wait
No,
till you're in your, I don't know, wait until you're at least 15
yeah.
before you get another one.
It took me 7 years to get my first one to decide on the pattern of it, and I was up in Queensland when it happened,
Mm.
and I actually had someone come to my house with their tattoo kit, and this is going back in the
Oh,
'90s, in the early '90s. He was one of the
yeah.
first mobile tattooers. He come around, and I knew his girlfriend or his fiance or whatever, so they come round, and the guy said, "What do you want?" And I showed him. I used to have this little porcelain bulldog. I said, "I want this
Oh, yeah.
bulldog. I want all these bits and pieces done." And he just sat down and drew it freehand in front of me and said, spot on. No stencil, no nothing. Just drew it freehand. I was like, wow.
And no tetanus.
No tetanus. No,
That's good. Yeah. So you kept your arm and everything.
I was
That's
on my
great.
leg. It's on my leg. But I've got a limp
Oh, your
now.
leg,
So
yeah, right.
I've got a limp, but don't worry about that.
Unrelated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you got coming up? Musically wise, what's the next single? You got another single coming?
Yeah, there's a lot coming up. There's a new single dropping tomorrow, actually.
Yep.
So Wash Off the World came out about a month ago.
Yeah.
And that's done really well. Like, I couldn't believe it. Lots of streams and YouTube.
Yep.
There's a film clip on there, and that's been going gangbusters. And
Yeah, that's
oh,
me.
great, we'll just put another one. Oh, that's you watching it over and over.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, thank you.
No, we'll have it on the end of this as well, so people can see it and hear it at the end of the interview.
Great.
So.
Yeah, no, please do. But yeah, the second single is called Black Dogs and Songbirds, and that's the title track off the album
Yep.
of the same name. The album's coming out in October. So this second one, Black Dogs and Songbirds, is more of a ballad style song.
Yep.
And it's got some of those other folky instruments in it. We were talking before, like mandolin and ukulele, and yeah, and it's a lot darker.
Yeah.
Emotional kind of song. And so that's dropping on Spotify and Apple and everywhere tomorrow. So if you've got those streaming services, you just go and look up Bully Hay. It's not hard to spell.
No.
Follow, and it'll pop up in your library hopefully tomorrow.
Yep.
And then the film clip. So we'll just spread that all over social media as you do.
Yep.
But I'm looking forward to seeing what people think of that one, because it's very different from the Wash Off the World song.
Yep.
But I'm pretty proud of how it came out.
Now, why film clips?
Because I'm old fashioned, and
Yeah.
I know heaps of people aren't doing them anymore. Yeah,
No.
and a lot of people aren't doing albums anymore. They're all EPs, or
Yeah.
you're just dropping singles here, there, and everywhere. I'm like, no, I wanted to have a tangible thing. I know people aren't into that much anymore, but vinyl's coming back, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I wanted to have that, which is happening. And film clips, I don't know. I just wanted to have another expression. I found with these songs, everybody puts their own spin on the song, but when you have a film clip, it breathes new life and meaning into the story.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I don't know. It's just an indulgent thing,
Yeah.
probably.
Well, kudos to you for doing it. I reckon it's great because we have a Sunday night show that we do. Tom and myself, we do a Tom's my counterpart. He runs the Rock Tumblr here in WA, and I do pop rock radio.
Yeah.
And we get together every Sunday and we do the weekly rap. And we get on AMRAP. Well, I get on AMRAP and I pull 10 songs from AMRAP, and we do a live reaction to the songs and to the video clips.
Oh,
and
great. Yep.
90% of the songs that we get from AMRAP, they'll be really good songs. And then we'll go onto YouTube to see if there's a video clip. And yeah, 90% of the people don't do video clips. So,
yeah. Well, it's a lot of work,
yeah.
and it's expensive. You know, it can cost. I mean, you can do it on a budget too, and there's some awesome film clips people just do with their phones. But yeah, I love kind of digging deeper. Like when you find a good artist, like if you are trawling around on YouTube, the first thing I do is I think, oh, what was that band I heard? And I wonder if they've got anything up, you know, and so you look for it. It's cool when you find a film clip and you're like, oh, that's awesome, you know. So I wanted to do that. So we've done, obviously, Wash Off the World film clip. We've done Black Dogs and Songbirds, which is tomorrow. And there'll be one more that we'll do when we drop the album.
Yeah.
I think 3 is enough.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
you
just can't silly.
Are you getting much
money with no object, but yeah.
You're getting much commercial radio play?
Triple M are giving it a spin. So aside from that, a bit of community, it's mainly community radio across the country. But yeah,
it's on AMRAP?
It is on AMRAP, yep.
Yep, that's a great initiative, whoever come up with that. It's amazing.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. You can get some really good music.
Makes it nice and easy to find, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, you can get some really shockers on there too. So, and what, do you when you're on AMRAP, have you got all your social media on there?
I believe it's all on there and linked. Pretty sure.
Yep, you'll be surprised.
I think so.
Yeah, you'll be surprised how many artists actually go on there, put their song and music on AMRAP. They won't have nothing in the bio. They won't have no social media links. And I'm like, how do you expect radio stations to get in contact with you and say, hey, let's have a chat, get you on the show, let's really push your music? And it's crazy. I think it's a younger generation are just not worrying about it. I don't know why, but
yeah, maybe there's a lot of moving parts to the music biz these days. So it's just, you know, having all those socials and having the bio and having your press kit and all of your photos and like all of this stuff be super overwhelming. And if you didn't know what you were doing, like you'd just you know, you just put it out there. So I mean, I don't even really know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to I'm doing a crash course and trying to figure out how to promote the thing.
Yeah.
And I don't really mind either. Like, I mean, my bucket list thing with this album was I got to record with Jeff Martin from the Tea Party. So, and he's my favourite. You know, Tea Party's my favourite band. So, doing that for me, I'm like, well, whatever happens after this, I don't really care. Like, because I've done that as a passion project, and I thought, well, hell yeah, I'll give it a big push and try to get it out there.
Yeah.
But if it didn't happen and it didn't go, I'd still be like, that was a really cool experience to have. Yeah,
Well,
but the music game is hard, mate. Like
oh yeah.
algorithms and
Uh,
social media and constant content creation and all of that stuff. I can feel it like would pull people away from the core of
yeah.
what you're actually trying to do, which is make art and share.
Yeah.
It's a different game now.
Oh, it's crazy. It really is.
Mm.
It's everyone I speak to, they're saying how much different it is trying to make
Yeah,
money out of it.
yeah,
And they've really got to love the music to be able to actually. They're doing it more for love now rather than for money because they just, uh,
absolutely. Yeah,
yeah, because it's
yeah.
crazy.
You wouldn't get into it for the money.
No, but
Yeah,
well, hopefully,
mm,
hopefully one day Spotify will start giving the money back to the artist or come up with a fair way of doing it. So
hopefully.
until
I
then,
don't know. Could be that
yeah.
something's going to happen. There needs to be some kind of shake up with it all, but
Well, we can start
don't
with
know.
a QR code so people can get that QR code and the link in the description. Go down there and
Yeah,
head over to Bully's website and pre. Can you pre-order
I'd
the
love.
album yet?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. So the website's got a merch store, so you can pre-order CDs,
Yep,
vinyl. Um, there's a digital release as well, so we're releasing everything in a high definition
yep.
audio with the album artwork and a bonus song
So
on there as well.
it's a cool looking
Which you can.
website.
Yeah, thank you. But so you can only get that bonus song by buying the vinyl
Yep,
or downloading the digital one from the website. So
yep,
yeah, and we got hoodies and t-shirts and tote bags and all that jazz.
yep. I'm gonna have to go and hit up a vinyl.
Mm,
Yeah,
yep, you're going to be good.
definitely. Yeah, slow.
Mm,
The record collection's slowly growing again. So, but yeah, we're
yeah,
gonna have, and it's not like it's really nice looking stuff, and it's reasonably priced as well. I like the
thanks, mate.
who come up with the logo?
Well, it was I. You probably see the album art on there of
Yeah,
the lady with the trippy flowers with eyes coming out of them.
yep,
Gave me the idea of the evil eye
yep.
logo, and yeah, my digital artist Taylor Stevenson put that one together, so it looks pretty cool.
That it's the CD and the album, like the CD looks wicked. The album covers, it's amazing artwork.
Well, that was done by Saskia Chowles. She's actually the lady that did the tattoo.
All right, yeah,
She's my tattoo artist, and I saw her doing some really awesome paintings in the middle of COVID lockdown.
yep,
Because if tattoo artists couldn't tattoo people,
yep,
and she was doing this amazing stuff. And when we all got let out, I asked her if she would do the cover art, and
yep,
she was keen. She said, "What do you want?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I'm not good with visual art myself."
yep,
And I gave her some of the songs to listen to, and I just said, "Paint what you hear," like
yep.
just, and that's what she came up with.
Yeah,
I thought, well, that's awesome.
it
So
is.
yeah,
It is. It's really,
it's so well.
yeah, and it really
Mm,
matches the title as well. Black Dogs and Songbirds.
yeah.
It's really good. Well, anyway, we're coming up to our like nearly half an hour already. That's crazy.
Mm.
It's quick. It's great when you talk about stuff. Time just goes so fast, and you get so much information. So,
Yeah.
well, thank you so much for joining us and taking time out of your night because I know it's a bit later over in Tassie,
No, it's all
Victoria.
good. Actually, I'm in the rehearsal room at the moment. I've got the rest of the band waiting out there, just twiddling their thumbs
Yeah.
because we're
Oh, cool.
getting ready for our rehearsals and get the band road ready for the tour.
Yep.
So, but yeah, no, I really appreciate you having me on the show, man.
No,
It's
anytime.
been a pleasure talking to you.
Yeah, we'll have to chat again soon and get a follow up, see
Mm,
how it's all going, and when the album comes out, do another bit of a chat and push it out even more.
fantastic, mate. Yeah, look, we'll be doing that in October. So any help we can get to
Yep.
get the word out would be awesome.
Now we'll be here with that's what we love doing, especially Tom and myself. We like to, yeah, it's one of those things. It's a labour of love again. It's like don't do it for the money. We're not here for the money. We're here for the
That's
love
right.
of it. So anyway,
That's it, man.
well, hopefully
Very
you'll
good.
come to WA. We'll be able to catch up and have a beer and when you're over here and enjoy the
Definitely,
show.
man. Yeah, would love to. Sounds
Too easy.
good.
All right, thanks. I'll let you
Cool.
get back to your rehearsal.
All right, man. Thank you.
Thanks.
Have a good one.
You too.
See ya.
Cheers. Bye.
switch off the world. I wanna find something beautiful and take it from you. Holding up the finger to the ones I never trust, laughing in their faces as they're running out of luck. It's a hard fact I never ever seem to understand. I wish I was a braver man. It's the rise and fall, the peaks and lows, the driving force behind it all. It's the rock and hard place that you feel, well, that's natural when everybody's running on the wheel, running on the wheel, running on the wheel, running on the wheel. It's such a shame what you gave me. I know what you say. I'll take a lifetime of memory and throw it away. And the rise and fall, the peaks and lows, the driving force behind it all. It's the rock and hard place that you feel, well, that's natural when everybody's running on the wheel. 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 You got a fancy quality. You stand above the rest. And you put me through my paces, babe. You put me to the test. And if I had the confidence to give you what you need, I could be the chorus line, you could be the lead. You're a femme fatale, woman in charm. You will not believe all the lies I've told. You stare at me with eyes so cold. It's the rise and fall, the peaks and lows, the driving force behind